in the UK. Yes. So let's go straight to the cocoa of the matter. And what is the cocoa of the matter? I'm going to be addressing specific things. If you want to know more about this scholarship, hi guys, and welcome back to another episode with Deeply Merited Scholars. Please, if it's your first time coming across this channel, please subscribe to this channel, like our videos, and turn on your notification bell so that you will be the first to know anytime we upload a new video. And of course, if you're a returning subscriber, you're my G now. You're my G. Thank you for coming back and for staying tuned. Okay, so in today's video, I will be touching on our very first scholarship. Yay! And this is a government scholarship. Yes, it is a government scholarship, and it is released on an annual basis. So do you know what this means? It means that upon getting this information, you should do your research. If you do not meet all eligibility requirements before the deadline this year, you can prepare ahead of next year with, of course, no excuses. Different kinds of scholarships under this particular scholarship. But of course, Deeply Merited Scholars is here to break it down to you, just so that you launched every year by the UK Commonwealth government in partnership with nominating agencies. And this scholarship provides 1 year top masters in the UK and 3 years PhD program in the UK. Yes. So let's go straight to the cocoa of the matter. And what is the cocoa of the matter? I'm going to be addressing specific things. If you want to know more about this scholarship, I recommend you Google search it, go to the UK Scholarship website about it, understand it, read about it. And if you do not understand anything, feel free to consult us via email, which I will be leaving in the description box. It's deeplymeritedscholars@gmail.com. You can consult us, ask your questions directly. Okay, please do not beat about the bush, writing hi and expecting us to respond. Please just go straight ahead to list out your questions, and then we would respond to you accordingly if you do not understand any of the eligibility requirements. But of course, there are also frequently asked questions on the website, which if you go there, you will find responses to common questions, if I should say it that way. So with the Commonwealth Bilateral Government Scholarship, what does this mean? It means that you have to get nominated first by your government or non-governmental organizational body like. And these non-governmental organizations include the Yearly Access Network. It's a non-for-profit organization in Africa. Then we have FAWE, which is a Pan-African NGO, and we have Commonwealth Disabled People's Forum. So these three NGOs can nominate candidates for Commonwealth scholarships, for the government bilateral Commonwealth scholarships, okay? But mind you that for them to nominate you, you have to be part of them. They won't just nominate you because you just wrote them to nominate you. No, you have to be part of these organizations. You have to be active there, and when you submit your applications through them, they'll go through it, and then they'll nominate you for the scholarship. I'm going to talk about the nominations from the NGOs. I'm going to talk about nominations from MINESUP, which is the Ministry of Higher Education in Cameroon. So how this goes is, once the UK government releases this particular government bilateral scheme, it sends communiques to all nominating agencies or nominating bodies, and MINESUP will receive this communique, assess it, and then release their own communique, which is what circulates social media most often. WhatsApp, a lot of people, you find it in a lot of groups. They release that now, calling for internal applicants within the country to apply for the UK Commonwealth Scholarship. So first off, you need to understand that when you apply to MINESUP, that is just part one of the application process for the Commonwealth Scholarship. That is part one. After you complete your application with MINESUP, or before you can complete your application with MINESUP, making sure to respect their deadlines, you have to complete your online application to the UK Commonwealth portal. So what this means is you submit. So part one of this application is completing your application with the nominating agency, and the second part is completing your application online. And you can read all of this information on the UK Commonwealth Scholarship page. Okay, they have a website for it. Just Google search it. You are going to find it. But then again, if you cannot, then of course let me know. I'm going to share it in the comment section. So what you should understand. So I'm going to be giving you the perks. Please take note of this. So the first thing when you are applying under the Ministry of Higher Education is you should have admission. Yes. You should have admission at a university in the United Kingdom. Yeah. They require you to have admission. That means submitting an admission letter is part of the process, especially if you're going to be applying for a PhD. You'll need admission letter from the school and a reference from your proposed supervisor. I said that this information is important because if you cannot meet up with eligibility this year, you can prepare ahead for the following year. So this is a very important aspect of your application. Do not dwell on it, please. Do not have one and you submit the rest and you want to hang on faith. Mind you, Cameroonians are applying massively for the scholarship. You'll be amazed at the fact that over 100 applicants submit for this particular scholarship at that ministry. So you need to take it seriously if you want to stand out. If you want to stand out and be nominated by the Ministry of Higher Education in Cameroon. The next thing that the nominating agency or the nominating agency MINESUP always highlights in their communique is the fact that you should not be doing a PhD as per the time you're applying for this particular PhD scheme. you should not be doing a PhD. I will touch on other Commonwealth scholarships that permit you to be studying and apply for it. I will touch on all those other. I will touch on all these other scholarships. This is what Deeply Merited Scholars does. So reason why you should subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and like the video, and turn on your notification bell so anytime I upload a new video, you'll be the first to know. So for this particular scholarship, you shouldn't be doing a PhD already. In fact, maybe you're doing a PhD, but you shouldn't even bring it to the limelight when you're applying through the nominating agency that you're already doing a PhD, because it's enough for them to put you out, to put your application out. The next thing is recommendations from previous teachers or employers, and of course your proposed supervisor, like I earlier mentioned in attachment to your admission letter. Recommendations from previous teachers and employers. As a working professional, you have to do your PhD if you already have a master's degree. So of course you're going to need recommendations from your previous teachers and your employers. And mind you that these referees have to submit their recommendation letters directly to the online portal. They have to submit it directly, okay? You don't necessarily have to attach this, but however, if they do give you a copy for which you can attach to your application, that's good, but remind them they have to submit it directly to the online application system. And then the last thing, as far as MINESUP is concerned, which you guys should take note of, is certification of all your documents, okay? Like there's a list of documents you have to certify, medicals that you have to do, but of course the medicals is just the normal medicals that you go to a public hospital here in Cameroon and they're going to do it for you. Once you get selected, you'll be directed on how to do a comprehensive health check before you go to the UK. So it's just the normal one that you have to do and certify your documents and follow the instructions on the communique, and you submit your application at the nominating agency before the deadline. Once that is done, make sure you complete your online application, and then it's time to pray. Yes. After you are done with submissions and you are sure that your referees have sent in their recommendations for you, it's time to get on your knees and start praying. Pray hard that you get selected. But then again, pray hard that you get selected. Yeah. This is the nerve-wracking part. The fact that you have to wait for about 7 to 8 months to get the result for the scholarship. Telling you about the vetting process through the UK Commonwealth Bond. This will help you measure your chances first and foremost before applying. This is a tip that helps a lot to save you money and time, because you spend money doing this application, especially at the level of the ministry. You spend a lot of money on certifications or notarizations of documents. You spend a lot of money on notarizing your documents, and imagine that you do not live in Yaoundé. You have to travel to Yaoundé to submit your documents by yourself and all that kind of stuff. So you should make sure to understand the vetting process before you begin your application. So once you know about the scholarship, you need to check the eligibility requirements, after which you need to measure your chances by understanding the vetting process. Now, I'm going to talk about the vetting process first through the Ministry of Higher Education, then the UK Commonwealth Board. First off, I need to do this disclaimer. I do not work for the UK Commonwealth Scholarship Board. No. All the information I'm giving to you is based on my research and from experience having worked I've done about scholarship. So first thing, when you submit your application at the Ministry of Higher Education, there's a board that sits to select eligible applicants. And mind you, this board is not only MINESUP. This board comprises of representatives from different ministries in Cameroon. You have representatives from the Ministry of Higher Education, representatives from the Ministry of External Relations, representatives from the Prime Minister's Cabinet in Cameroon. There's an entire board of individuals who sit to select eligible applicants for this application. So this should already start to tell you that if your application is not complete, it's going to get kicked out, because hundreds of people, like I said, if not thousands, are applying. Trust me, Cameroonians are really up and coming with this application thing. Your application must be complete. It must be complete. Do not spend money depositing an application file which misses a document or two. It is reason enough for your application to be booted out. Okay, so please note. Once you pass the first phase, which is the nomination from the Ministry of Higher Education, of course, which after the board has sat, your name is going to be forwarded to the UK Commonwealth Commission. So UK Commonwealth Commission, and that's where the real deal begins, because now your application has passed the phase of competition within Cameroon. Your application now goes up against applicants from the same region as you. Wow. What does this mean? This particular bilateral scholarship, this particular government bilateral scholarship is considered in regions. For the region of Africa, we have about 7 to 8 countries with nominating agencies. Cameroon is just one of them. There's Nigeria, there's South Africa, there's Kenya, and a host of other countries. You can read it on the UK Commonwealth website. So once all these nominating agencies for these different countries and nominate you, or you succeed to pass through the nomination phase, and your name is forwarded to the UK Commonwealth Commission, your application now goes against nominees from other countries. Now, what will save you, what will give you a spot, is the impact the studies is going to have on your post-study work plan. Yes. This is something that had to take me 2 years to understand. I had admission at a university. I'm not going to call the university's name. I had admission at a university, a proposed supervisor. My proposed supervisor provided my references, everything, said the work was good. But when it went against nominees from other countries, I got voted out. Wow. This is stressful. Whether or not you're successful, the UK Commonwealth Commission is going to get back to you, okay? Back to you. The nominating agency's job was just to nominate you and forward your name to the UK Commonwealth Commission. And once your application goes there, they do the evaluation, they accept you for the scholarship, they're going to get back to you. If they do not accept you for the scholarship, they would eventually get back to you as well to let you know that, oh, you weren't selected. To let you know that you weren't selected. And most often they would not give you specific reasons, but it's left over to you to evaluate, the strengths and weaknesses of your application to know where you may have faltered. Like I said, when I received my disability, the most important thing is that you get selected based on the impact your research has for your country and best for your country and also internationally. So it's something you really have to consider. So then again, so it's something you have to look into. So of course, once you get selected, they would contact you, and when they contact you, follow up on every other thing that has to happen from the moment you receive your success email to the moment you get into the UK is going to be followed up by yourself. They're going to follow up with you on that. You don't have to bother. You won't have to pay. You won't have to pay visa application fees, or if at all you pay, you are going to get reimbursed for it. And from the moment you get to the UK, it's a full scholarship. They're going to give you clothing allowance. They're going to give you money to take care of yourself, to get an apartment, to start studies, and it's fully funded. You don't have to pay tuition. But then you don't have to pay tuition. But note this: you're going to sign an undertaking that upon the completion of your studies, you have to return to your home country to effect the impact of what you've learned. Please take note of this, okay? Because a lot of people feel like, oh, with scholarship, a lot of people feel like, when you have a scholarship, you can go there, study, and then you complete and you work. It doesn't work that way with the Commonwealth scholarship. At the wrapping up, and you're expected to be back in the country. So please take note of this if you intend to apply for the Commonwealth bilateral government scholarships. Scholarship entails. So of course, if you intend to apply for a master's program, know that you're going to do a 1-year taught masters, and most often taught masters does not permit you to apply for a PhD. Thereafter, you're expected to do a complete 2 years program with thesis requirement if you really want to be considered for a PhD scholarship in the future, especially in the UK. But then for PhD applicants, you can travel with your family. That's a good thing, but it will be at your cost. But then the good thing is, once you guys, especially if you are a parent going with your children, you're going to be given some form of assistance financially, to taking care of your kids for a while until you guys fully settle in. So you can travel with your spouse, and there are lots of benefits for this particular scholarship. And it's something I wish that Cameroonians would take seriously and get accepted for, so that we get to make waves internationally as well. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? We are sharing scholarship opportunities, something that is beneficial to each and every one of us. We share this because we care. So please subscribe to this channel. Please turn on your notification bell so that anytime we upload a new video, you will be the first to know. In case you have any questions or inquiries, feel free to send an email to us, posing your questions directly, okay? Our email is in the description box. It's in the description box, deeplymeritedscholars@gmail.com. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below, share and express your opinion politely, please. And I look forward to hearing from you guys, hearing your testimonials about this, especially if you're Cameroonian, of course. Remember, with Deeply Merited Scholars, we soar on eagle's wings. Bye.